listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome everybody to another Party Nerds podcast. A lot going on this week, so we had a whole lot to touch on. Look, it's only right that we've had the opportunity to do weeks where we have a ton of content, because not only are we doing a lot of Marvel stuff that we've been doing, but we finally have some fucking DC shit to give you people this week, and I'm happy because the DC shit is actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
But first, if you haven't been living under a rock all day today, or if you're just too lazy to get out of bed, or you just an infinite scroll on your goddamn phone, you probably have seen the new Thunderbolts trailer. And I gotta say, it's absolutely phenomenal for a trailer.
Yes.
And it's a teaser trailer, so which means a full trailer's coming, the featurette's coming. There's going to be like 6 more trailers inserted into the mix. Probably a century reveal before we even get the goddamn show. But
and a leak 2 days before.
And a leak, because literally I'm gonna tell you right now, we've seen this trailer before it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's the ultimate thing about this. This trailer did get leaked after D23. And we were like, okay, finally it got revealed to everybody and we get to talk about it. Because for people that are constantly saying today that it is Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad is a bunch of expendables. I don't believe that's what you're seeing with this group.
I mean, they're convicts. They're out.
It depends how Val is trying to handle them.
Yeah, so
they kind of got us believing that she's trying to get them to X each other out.
Off subject, man. Why is it that you look 20 years younger?
Because I shaved.
Oh. What a revelation.
Light skin music.
Man is using oil of Olay.
See what you did?
Maybe oil of Olay?
Look. But the consummate thing, of course, Valentina is now forging together this kind of like alliance. From what we understand now, Bucky is a fucking congressman. I don't know how that happened.
Wait, what?
Bro, I need more information.
I need more insight on that. How he got into politics.
How is that legal?
What's up, Andre? Yeah, no.
He's the world's most notorious assassinist.
Yeah, and he's the world's most interesting man. Like, he needs a Modelo in his hand. Like, what type of shit is this? Like, he's a congressman? Oh, yeah. Like, all of a sudden, after all the dirt that he's basically did, Andre, what's up, man? After all the dirt that he's done, he decided to get on the side of basically creating laws.
Yeah, I don't
get it. I don't get it.
More information.
Wait, does he still get activated by the lounging, rusted 17 daybreak?
To be honest, it didn't happen in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Homecoming.
So, it didn't happen in any of those types in that show. So more than likely, I don't think Zemo has that influence anymore. But more so, of course, Ghost, U.S. agent. Thank God he's back, because he was incredible in fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Taskmaster, which had a brand new mask, by the way, which is from the Ultimates universe, and that mask looks amazing. Yelena, and people are saying that, of course, Red Guardian, but people are saying that there might be a Scarlett Johansson cameo on this. I was like, what for?
Probably a flashback.
Maybe like a flashback scene or something like that.
So her family's in it. So
right. So the way that we described it is that the way that the trailer kind of like sets everything up. Yelena, of course, is trying to get fulfillment out of doing dirty end jobs and everything now that she's not a Black Widow anymore. So she goes to guidance to her, who she calls her dad, Red Guardian. And for the most part, I'm going to say, by the looks of the trailer, they all got sent a message to go all end up into a mission into the same place. So this is where they all end up. They're all pretty much deadbeats. The world is basically like shunned them. But they're ultimately getting one last crack at this, one last job. So the place that they enter, that they've been talking about, is rumored to be Avengers Tower.
No, it is Avengers Tower. Val bought that. That's
Yeah.
that's
So
who Tony Stark
so
sold
that's
to.
basically who bought Tony Stark's tower.
Yeah.
That's who bought Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
But yet in this facility, it is now a government-run facility.
Yeah. She's head of
And
CIA.
and in this facility, because all Tony Stark's old equipment is in it since he's passed away, that they've been harboring a brand new superhero that they wanted to basically toll on the market, and that is a young gentleman in a fucking a green smock by the name of Bob. And Bob, we know, is Robert Reynolds, who is known as Sentry.
Yeah, I'm Bob.
Yeah.
So that's my man Bob. You know what I'm saying?
Bob.
But the thing is, people have talked about this by the fact that the old video game Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, to where are they utilizing extraordinary beings to try and take down Sentry because maybe his powers have gotten a little out of whack. And then there's this talk between Sentry and all the members of the soon-to-be Thunderbolts that who sent you? And he was like, you guys were sent here, which lets us further know that Sentry was basically raised in this place. So that's going to be an interesting concept as far as a movie is concerned, and how they're going to bring this, to light. Because the way that we know Sentry in the Marvel universe, if you remember basically the original Sentry comics, he was middle-aged, he was overweight. Basically, he has the power.
He was strung out.
Yeah, he has the power of 1 million exploding suns derived from a special serum. All right, realizing that the arch enemy, the Void, is returning, Reynolds seeks out several prominent Marvel characters to warn them and to discover why no one remembers the Sentry. So the thing is, people also have to understand the duality of the Sentry. So Sentry is two characters. It's the Sentry and the Void. Depending on how this motherfucker is feeling, he can turn into the Void at any time. And if he does, he has the probability to disrupt universes.
Right.
So if you're thinking about that, it's literally a bunch of street level characters going up against this guy.
Yeah, Bob.
Or better yet, to keep him at bay.
Yeah.
So, okay, Andre. The people in Wakanda mentally fixed Bucky, so he can't be brainwashed anymore. That is correct. Because
good job, Dre. I was about to bring that up.
They gave him some black women. And you know what? They took that shit.
That's not what happened. That is not what happened.
They did.
That is not what
exactly
happened.
What happened.
That is not what happened. He was
women,
frozen. He was frozen.
He was frozen, but then Wakanda women got their hands on him, and they was like, "We're gonna get this off you, baby. Don't you worry. You're gonna be the white wolf after this. We're gonna take all this away from you. Gonna wipe you clean. Gonna put that good mojo on you."
That is not how it went down.
Yeah, but to be honest, the trailer looks fire. It looks like even Yelena and Red Guardian were being hunted by Bucky. So it looked like even though Bucky's been a congressman for this entire time, it looks like the first sequence of them being hunted down by Bucky. Maybe that's the recruitment tool. It's like they all got sent on a mission and they were basically doing some dirt, and then Bucky sees the shit and starts to tail them, and they're like, you know what? You'd be good for the team too.
Yeah, I don't know,
but
man.
We have to further point out that since the inception of this particular titled project, Thunderbolts has had an asterisk towards the end of the title.
Yeah.
So that should be an indicator of whether or not this is going to that name is going to change. Thunderbolts is the name of the team right now.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
So are we going into the Siege, Dark Reign? Are we doing Dark Avengers? Are they going to make these the new Avengers and basically almost put out a play to the public out on Earth 616 that this is your new team? Everybody's been looking for a team for God knows how long. This is going to be your new team going forth.
So I got a theory. I think Dark Avengers is too obvious.
Of course.
Right? So you go New Avengers because Val is head of the CIA. This is a program that she's running. Right?
She's
this
Nick Fury.
Team. Yeah. So these are going to be the new Avengers, the Avengers that the government controls.
That the government can control. That's what they wanted.
Avengers. Yeah.
The Sokovia Accords, they wanted to run the old Avengers anyway.
Yeah. So
you have
now you have the new Avengers, which are actually the Dark Avengers, right? And then you have Sam Wilson, like, fuck that. I'm making my Avengers, the actual Avengers. So this is what's going to happen. This is
That's what's going to happen.
The little Civil War aspect of, you got the true Avengers versus this government ran Avengers that does shit that the Avengers wouldn't do.
Bucky gonna have to be on the right side of history because Sam is gonna approach him in a movie coming up, and that's exactly what look. See, said,
I mean,
Andre said, Haas, that's exactly how it went down. Bucky was crying and everything. He was trying to win an Emmy in that scene.
Y'all crack me up, man.
I'm just telling you, Wakanda women straighten him out.
Frozen until they realize his brain is okay. Like, what are y'all talking about? He had no time for that. He was stuck like Han Solo. Like, he wasn't moving. He was getting no action.
Hey, look,
months.
So Isaac, we were basically talking about there's a possibility of maybe like a Scarlett Johansson cameo in Thunderbolts, and it's possible. That's definitely a possibility because Yelena looks like she's a frayed human being, and basically her and Red Guardian are going to have these like moments of grandeur where they're going to have possibly a flashback. Scarlett is kind of like, I think that's going to be her mode from now on. All the tutelage that she's given to Yelena and her dad over this time frame. Yeah. And to be honest, Black Widow was an underrated movie. I'll say that. I will.
I like Black Widow. Like,
you know what I'm saying? So that might be her thing.
Wasn't all that at all. Not even for a little bit. It was good.
It did what it needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
For what?
So, to get right into our main topics of today, we of course have heard the lightning bolts defeat the thunder. You know what? All right.
Wait.
All right, you got me on that one. But
I don't know if y'all care, but the Phillies won the division.
Oh my God. All right, look. Let's see what they do in the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they've been pretty good in the playoffs these last 2 years.
Let's get into our main stories for the day. Of course, Agatha All Along dropped episodes 1 and 2 this past Tuesday. It's now going to do one singular episode every single week until they get to the final episodes, which is episodes 8 and 9, and that's probably going to be just a little bit towards Halloween, probably like the week before or anything like that. These first 2 episodes, I gotta say, it's a good start for me, and I kind of like where it's going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we're getting right into it, of course, we have to take a little step back and go back to WandaVision to understand basically what happened to Agatha in the first place. Scarlet Witch, of course, takes all of her power. She's now stuck in Westview. She's back to not knowing who she is, even though she's the one that kind of like helped conjure up the entire scheme in the first place. And Scarlet Witch at this point in time has already passed on per se from the afterlife. And now this is kind of like a rekindling into the fact of how Agatha gets her power back. So that's first off. But then a young teenage boy enters her life. And there's already speculation, of course, about him already.
It's not even speculation. Stop.
You know,
why are you being political? No speculation. You know, it's no damn speculation.
They haven't revealed it yet. That's why I can say speculation.
Stop it. It is Billy.
You want to just say it's Billy Kaplan? Say it then.
It's Billy. We know it's Billy. Everybody knows it's Billy. Only people that don't know it's Billy that don't know the backstory.
Yeah, so if you haven't watched WandaVision, of course, anybody that understands the comics knows that Billy Kaplan, aka Wiccan, is Scarlet Witch's son. Of course, Speed is not there. Tommy's not there.
No reason for him to be there.
The particular notion of this whole show is built around sorcery, built around magic, and of course, Wiccan, it being a sorcerer himself, based on his mother's powers, has to garner up his own. And the thing is, I almost looked at the character as like he wants to go on the witch's road. How the fuck you know about the witch's road, bro?
He's a witch. He knows some stuff. He was in there.
Like your mama ain't tell you that when you was a little kid. She ain't tell you that.
Listen, he know enough. He was sitting there chanting spells to get Agatha out of her
He
own spell.
absolutely knew about that shit.
So he's well versed in the whole witching culture, but apparently he Scarlet Witch put a spell on him where
Mm-hmm.
he can't exactly remember Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm. But of course, there's that aspect because from the movies, from the comics, we understand that Billy and Tommy are basically altered. They're pretty much altered pieces of Mephisto. And
Yeah, in the comics, yeah.
and before we go any further, you'll hear that name a lot.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So when we got back to WandaVision, we talked about it like when we even covered the show. We was like everybody had certain things that they were pinpointing that could have been the incarnation of the devil in the Marvel universe throughout the entire show. There was 10 episodes. And
yeah. Everybody's waiting for Mephisto.
yep, they were saying that the version of Quicksilver, the Evan Turner version of Quicksilver was Mephisto the entire time.
Yeah.
They were basically saying that was it Dottie was Clea the entire time. There was all sorts of theories
which
that were
made that show so great because
that's what makes that show very great because
that show's by itself. Yeah.
Out of everything, it was built into that. But when we get down to it, I like the show and how it's basically a description of some of those old weird 1970s Marvel comic books that basically went to like Doctor Strange and of course Scarlet Witch, but better yet, you're getting to know about a certain sector of the Marvel universe that possibly a lot of people are not necessarily known to go for, and that's the Elder Gods. So when we get down to it, they're talking about witches' covens, the Salem Seven. They're talking about the character of Rio Vidal, Audrey Plaza.
Yeah.
That she with the formulation of a coven that she needs to get through the witch's road, that everybody has to play a singular part. Hey, Morticia. So everybody has to play this singular part, and yet she asked for a green witch, but she didn't grab Rio, and because there's this subtlety of who her character is.
Yeah.
And on the list, it was notated with a black heart.
Yeah.
So if you can go right ahead and say it. Who was Blackheart in Marvel Comics?
Wait, Blackheart
the character.
Oh, Blackheart's motherfucking ain't that the motherfucking form of devil?
But Mephisto's son.
Yeah.
So all of us.
He was in and then in live action he was in
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Wes Bentley played the character. God awful performance.
If you want to talk about getting away from the comics, that's it.
That's basically it. I mean, to be honest, that version of Ghost Rider, was that Ghost Rider 2?
No, it had to be the first one.
Was that the first one? Now,
the first one.
It was the first Ghost Rider was almost seen as kind of like a Western, the way it was styled and how it was basically like brought to life. So Mephisto was in that movie. If you've never seen Mephisto in the movie, he's in that movie. Blackheart is, of course.
Wait, maybe it was the second one.
It might have been. It might have been the second one, but Blackheart was in that movie.
Both those movies.
So
good.
The opportunity that Rio Vidal has this particular identity about her, and two things come to mind. The first time where she, and not even necessarily who she reveals herself to be. Oh well, yeah, Dwight, you're absolutely right. Did have a daughter in the comics, Mephisto. Could be a mix of Blackheart and that character. And the thing is, once we get down to it, it's like, okay, she's telling Agatha that you can't kill me. And it was like, you can't kill me either because that's against the rules. So there's a possibility of multitudes of, well, I can't say multitudes, but a few characters that she could be playing. She could be either Mephisto himself, herself. No. Could be Blackheart because there's been two reveals, but the thing is, could that be too obvious?
It can't be either one of those two, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
Because one, if and Jorge, maybe you could check this while we're talking. Isn't Sasha Cohen Mephisto anyway?
Sacha Cohen Baron playing Mephisto. Is he still playing the character, or
So
better yet?
if he's in line to play the character, I don't think so. Let's
But
just
but here's the other thing with that, because
what's that?
you do understand just like how her character was played in Legion, where she was an avatar of the Shadow King.
Yeah,
It could be in a
it could
manipulative
be
fashion
it could be
where
that.
she is him, and then he finally reveals himself through her.
But they also seem like they had like a past relationship though.
Correct, because Agatha is probably one of the oldest sorceresses out there,
Like it
and
like it
that
was
brings
very
us to,
like it was very personal.
which brings us to another character
Okay.
in Marvel Comics that had which wouldn't be a crazy reveal.
Okay.
Morgan Le Fay. Morgan
Okay.
Le Fay was one of the most powerful sorceresses in Earth's history. To be honest, she was basically being told in like Merlin, King Arthur type deals. She's half fairy. She's literally one of the oldest, most powerful sorceresses out there, and she's done extensive training. She basically worships Chthon. So that's another
That
basically
now you brought up a good thing, because eventually we're going to actually get, and I don't know, I doubt it'll be the show. It
Mhm.
might be saved for a Scarlet Witch movie, because eventually I think that's the last. You know how you do like phases. That
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like that's going to be the last phase that we're going to get a Scarlet Witch
But
movie. We're going
because
to
we
get
talked about
to
that as
see
well,
Chthon. Yeah, so I
that
think
this is more of a Scarlet Witch story
you
than
might be onto
anything.
something right now.
So they never really touched on the Elder Gods in any of the Marvel properties. And the thing is, the Darkhold was created by a character by the name of Chthon.
Yep.
And the thing is, when we see at the end of Multiverse of Madness,
Mm-hmm.
see the tomb start to collapse on top of her, but you only see this red mist just basically wither away.
Yeah.
Could she be under
Go ahead.
Chthon's control, taken away
Woo!
into some in some other dimension, to where she's basically being puppeted? So they have to go down this witch's road down to the dimension to where they have to bring her out.
That's probably exactly what it is. That makes the most sense.
It could be.
Makes a
But
lot.
the
Makes,
thing is, like I said,
makes a ton of sense.
it makes a ton of sense. But that
Because-
Morgan Le Fay type of character is not a big reveal. All right. Even though
But-
that would be a great thing to do. Shout out to all the viewers on X right now. I see that there's like 20 viewers out there.
Oh,
shout
what's up, y'all?
Shout out to everybody on IG right now, talking and everything. Yes, the Darkhold was originally a set of parchments. I was Morgan Le Fay who put them together in a book. Correct. And the thing is, that's why I think that the Rio Vidal character is actually Morgan Le Fay, because she's one of the oldest sorceresses out there and also one of the most powerful ones. But also, there was a particular comic where she had to gather up energy to reconstruct reality. So she did so through Wanda Maximoff, empowered through Gaia, to get her off of the out of the torturous control of Chthon in order to bring her back to life. So she's also got a relationship, Morgan Le Fay, with the Ebony Blade, because at one point in time she created a false Excalibur, because this is the time and period where she came through. And the Agatha introduced magic to the MCU. God, I wish that could possibly happen. I need if it was, I mean, I don't know, unless
like Rasputin, like
Ilyana Rasputin.
I mean, that would be dope. I'd rather her come out when X-Men come out, though. Just me personally. I think there's plenty of witches with power, magical wielders, magical power wielders that we can tap into before we get into.
For sure.
But we don't want to sell ourselves short here. Like,
I guess
anytime I see magic, I'm cool. But
I guess we have to kind of tilt the wheel a little bit as far as where are we going to start binding the string. If we get into magic scrolls created by the Elder God Chthon, binding them together as the Darkhold, one of her students you know what I'm saying, happened to be Agatha. So, you know what I'm saying, if you figure in this whole series of things, if the Rio Vidal character is Morgan Le Fay, if it's ultimately Agatha's teacher, somebody that basically brought her into a whole sense of who she is, and more so needs her in this coven in order for her to get her powers back, and then maybe possibly the only way she can get her powers back is through the resurrection of Scarlet Witch. And then also, even outside of that, you're looking at like the Billy character that has yet to reveal himself, because every time he tries to say his name, it's like he has a spell on his lips.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Scarlet Witch put a spell on her children to not, like, something happened where, like, that's why he can't. Every time she's trying to be like, oh, so where did you come from or whatever, and she couldn't even hear what he was saying and shit like that. And
she's like, that's interesting. So if you figure this, if Scarlet Witch is in a dimension with Cathan, but yet Billy and Tommy are basically conjured spells of Scarlet Witch's work, and they're still out there amongst the living, the spell is not revealing them. It's not allowing them to speak on who they are because Scarlet Witch is not there. They basically don't identify themselves unless their mother's around. So with the absence of her, maybe it's like they, just like I talked about before with Rio Vidal, their avatar might be present, but yet they can't reveal themselves to anybody else.
Yeah. That seems like that's the spell that was put on them,
bro.
And they can't remember. Also, they can't remember who they actually are, like,
right,
or that comes to their mom,
or better yet, why? Okay, if I'm Billy, I mean, not to even say, because he can't, but he's not mentioning his brother. He can't even say brother or anything like that. But yet, even so, I talked about the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he seems to be a witch himself. He wanted to basically he got caught doing a home invasion on Agatha's house. The whole point of Westview being still an alternate reality is just like some big fucking deal. Oh, look, of course, her kids being actual pieces of Mephisto's soul was a very weird story. And I wish they would have touched on that in WandaVision, but they actually did not. They just basically said it was a conjured spell by Wanda. And just the way that that's basically like pieced together, just took the absence of Mephisto right out the role.
Yeah, why they do that? It's a good storyline.
It's a good storyline, but they just did not do it. And then they started up this whole Vision thing because White Vision came around, which was basically like more of some type of android that the government built, but yet Vision put his whole personality into White Vision, and then that storyline still hasn't happened yet. But there's a Scarlet Witch movie that's still being developed. So that's basically
is it halted?
No, because this might be the kickstart. If we're thinking about the end of this series, if there's a way for Wanda Maximoff to return, that kickstarts that movie, because we wanted her to be a villain. She was a good villain,
great villain.
Now we got to bring her back as the all-powerful Scarlet Witch, and then you're reintroducing her into the world of mutants where we want her.
Yeah, with Magneto. That's a please bring it full circle.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. With
bring it full circle.
That's what I'm saying.
Then the X-Men are definitely coming.
me personally, and this is what I personally want.
Yes,
I want the Magneto and children dynamic like it was in fucking Wolverine and the X-Men. Like I want all three of his main children there in some way, shape, or form. And because we never got to see that in live action. Like
never. So
yes, please run through the X-Men villain rogue gallery. But
I know people don't want to do it. I know people don't want to do it, but just bring us this.
Yeah, that's all we need.
That's all we need, baby.
That's all we need.
Wait, wasn't parts of that storyline used in the?
No.
You can say it in X-Men
97, but no.
No, we've never seen
We
anything.
never seen it.
Never seen anything off page.
You think
No.
they're not touching that for a specific reason?
I think they're not touching that because there's so much they could build upon.
Okay.
Okay, first you have to have a reemergence of the Scarlet Witch. Okay, cool. You have that. You have an introduction. Oh my God, Ban, what's up?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
But you have a reemergence of her. Then you get an introduction of her family. You get Magneto. I mean, you may think her parents
all
died.
Secret Wars.
You might have think her parents died in Sokovia. Fuck all that.
Yeah,
It was
Secret
a
Wars.
trick because everybody thinks that she got her powers through the Infinity Stones, and that all it did was heighten her powers. All it did was woke it up.
Yes.
It woke up her powers. She's always had this shit.
Because remember, her and Pietro were miracles because they couldn't say mutants.
Yeah. Miracles. Mutants. Same difference. Looking at that base from the context of that, she might have been adopted because Magnus at that point might have been a horrible father.
Aren't they all next world? Aren't they all horrible fathers?
Well, no, Xavier's the most horrible father. Okay.
Yeah, he's a piece of
let's
shit.
be real. Let's be real.
You got to remember, after Secret Wars, a lot of people are going to be I don't want to say displaced, but they're going to be placed in the main sacred timeline.
Oh yeah,
with new origin stories and how that came. Some stuff is going to be the same, some stuff is going to be different. Bring that whole Maximoff family back and Laura Dane.
Gotta do it, man.
Bring them together and let Magneto finally be a dad, a bad one, but let him be a dad. Yes,
he'll be a dad.
Let him be a dad.
But then amongst the mutants in Marvel's continuity, she will be known as the Great Pretender because of what she did. Yeah, in the particular book that I popped up.
Yeah. And if you think about effects,
and the thing is,
it's the mutant saga, right? That's what's coming up after Secret Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that lead up, that build up all the way to that's the House of M storyline, the with ending with no more mutants, like that would be the climax.
Yep. Go back to Dwight's comment right there. They did retcon Magneto not to be the father. They did do that.
But that was
initially
for business reasons.
But if you read the trial of Magneto after Scarlet Witch's death, they reignited that to be to him being her father. Yeah, they have. And then the Great Pretender notion was brought back into the forefront. Yeah, once for everybody out there, that was all for business reasons. Fox still had the movie rights, which generates the most money for these properties, right? So Marvel decided, well, we can't get our mutants back, then we're not highlighting mutants. So you saw the mutants missing in different properties, especially like even the video game, like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, that sucks. Mm-hmm. There was no mutants in that video game. That's how bad the business was until but once Fox got acquired to Disney and everybody was back in the same thing. And Kevin Feige started to be responsible as the head of Marvel Comics. Yeah, so he's basically now the checks and balances of what gets released. Yeah. And they are now having continuity with the movies. Exactly. So everything's coming back together. So it was that's the corporate world. They wanted to split it. Magneto, it didn't matter what anybody said. We all know Magneto is dumb kid's father. Like he the daddy. What they said. He the daddy. Absolutely. So look, and they did even stop publishing Fantastic Four until recently. Until like as of recently. So all this stuff that basically like the Sonyverse and the Foxverse, until everything kind of like came back into the forefront, you didn't start to see a lot of those projects actually take shape. And literally through the House of X, Powers of X storyline that built from about like 2018 all the way to, I think it just ended earlier this year. Mm-hmm. Fantastic Four started to actually have comics where they were in line with a lot of X-Men comics because Franklin is a mutant. Franklin Richards is a mutant. So the whole point of Krakoa was the acceptance of all mutants. And the Fantastic Four had one of them as their kids. So that's a whole different story. I mean, I read that point to the point where Reed was like, fuck that, I don't want my son to be no mutant, and depowered him and all that type of stuff. And because Reed is very smart. You know,
Yep.
and that pissed everybody off. I'm the whole different storyline. So, all in all, this Agatha series, like I said, I do like where it starts. I know a lot of people that have had the ability to watch episodes 3 and 4. They said it's pretty much more of the same because you're going to get to understand what the witch's road is and what it kind of like leads to. But they said basically when we get to episodes 5 through 9, this shit goes up to like 8 to 10.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'll take your time with it, everybody. It's gonna be good.
He said I saw a video saying that Disney owns Batman. That's why they don't have a Batman show, only movies.
Doesn't Amazon have a Batman cartoon?
Amazon has a Batman cartoon right now.
Yeah.
Shit. Actually, yesterday was Batman Day. If anybody did not
It
know,
was.
I think
It was
the
weirdly.
74th
I don't know why.
anniversary of Batman.
Yeah. It was Batman Day yesterday.
Yeah. But looking forward to that series. But we have to get to the second portion of this program because DC has a hit on their hands. And if anybody has seen episode 1 of The Penguin,
Fire.
flames.
Yeah.
Like Colin Farrell. All right. So just to get into it, sequence wise, you have to watch Batman 1. And or better yet, even if you watch this and have not watched Batman 1, you just have to understand the correlation as to why Oscobb, I think they're not even calling him Oswald Cobblepot.
That's he's
Why?
gonna be that's his actual government name in the
Yeah,
show.
that's his actual government name. It's the non-adopted name. He's Oscobb instead of Oswald Cobblepot. Even though I've known him as Oswald Cobblepot for God knows how long.
They said they did that because it's modern. Like it's not
Right.
This is not like the 1930s.
I mean, I know you want to appeal to the kids. Oscobb sounds a little bit more cooler. He gonna be his mama called him Oswald. His mama called him Oswald. I'm gonna call him Oswald. Oswald Cobblepot. But Matt Reeves has pretty much constructed, I guess, a way of intersectionality between Batman 1 and Batman 2 and putting this particular project right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
So through HBO Max, they created the Penguin series, which is literally 2 weeks after the whole Riddler dropping bombs on Gotham, flooding the entire city, Batman coming to save the day, and the criminal underbelly of what used to be the hierarchy in Gotham got completely displaced because Carmine Falcone died at the end of the Batman, the first one. So now we have this, I guess, this grab for power, right? Between Oswald, the Falcone family, and the Maronis. And I love that the Maronis are in this shit because if anybody's read either Dark Victory or The Long Halloween, these mob families are literally what Batman should have had in the first place. Not these. I get the rogue galleries and everything. This is a darker universe, and there's been many incarnations of a lot of the rogue gallery that Batman has had. But the way that this is basically brought to light, it makes it that much better, to be honest. Especially from the Penguin's point of view, because it's the world that he grew up in. So what we know from it, like if you watch the 1991's Batman Returns, the Penguin grew up as an adopted child to some rich family, and that's how you knew him to be. And then he came to be who he was because he grew up in a zoo with some fucking penguins. The way that it's brought up in Tom King's 2021, the Penguin archetype is that the Penguin was a street kid with a disability and might have just like it. And the reason that they call him a penguin because he fucking walked, he walked with a fucking waddle and shit.
Right.
And you come to see that in this series. Oscobb has this ultimate disability in his foot and his leg that has hindered him for so long. And the one thing that you kind of see in the first I can't even say 20 minutes, the first 15 minutes of this series is that, he takes it personal when you laugh at him. So it's like, he's one of those kids because of his disability. You come to see him as like, he's trying to get his money. out of his club, and Alberto Falcone is coming up to him, and he was like, "Yo, I knew you'd be here." He was like, what's this? What's this that you got hiding from me and everything? You know, I'm about to be the new kingpin and everything like that. So the good thing about Oz is that he knows how to get himself out of a sticky situation.
Yep.
He realizes that Alberto kind of got the one up on him, and literally is like, let me just talk to this motherfucker and talk him down so I could just get him on my side. He was like, yo, you're gonna be a real good boss. And he tries to tell, yo, what's up, Biggs? And tries to tell him like this elaborate story. Now, if anybody does not know Alberto Falcone that you see in the first 15 minutes of the film, he is the holiday killer from the Long Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that the Falcone family, of course, have multiple storylines in Batman continuity. So Carmine Falcone, who we saw in that first movie, Sophia Falcone, the Hangman Killer, you know, who basically very psychotic, spent a lot of her time in Arkham, and she is going to be a fucking star after this goddamn series.
Probably, yeah, most likely she was dope in episode 1.
She was dope in episode 1 because she's not that she's not intimidated by Oz, and also the fact that she's, you know, she doesn't underestimate him, and she told him that. You know, she told him straight up, he's like, look, a lot of people underestimate you, but I know how good you are. So the double cross was kind of like in there in the forefront. One thing I liked about the show is that when he ran into those kids that were fucking with his car, he said, oh my gosh, she could torture me if she wants. God damn, dog. Bam must have been to South Philly a couple times. So,
man,
when he ran into those kids that was fucking with his car, and of course he like went shooting at him and everything like that to get him away, and he ran into the one kid. When he found out homeboy had a stutter,
oh my goodness,
that's when he kind of felt for him, because he probably felt like, okay, these kids kind of manipulated him to do this little like dirty ass crime and everything like that. But he wanted to get the kid on the side, and ultimately he gave him a task to do, a task that I don't think a lot of teenagers his age would have did. And ultimately it ended up pulling for like kind of like a good possible team up. But the thing is, Sophia is no joke. Like she
Ruthless as a
had
motherfucker.
Yo, she was not taking no bullshit. And I think she asked him at least fucking 4 times in that first episode, yo, what happened to my brother? You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you've been sliding, and you said you was going to be here. You said you was going to be. She been tailing him the entire time, and then ultimately kind of got him exactly where she wanted him, to the point where she started to torture his ass.
She's about to rip that motherfucker arm off.
Oh my God.
With dental floss,
and
whatever the hell.
Jorge, what you say? You say you knew the actor that was the one that was torturing him?
Yeah, he was a local. He worked
in AC.
Yeah, in AC. So.
Oh,
yeah.
It's interesting.
He was in Power too. Ghost. He was Kane's dad. Mary J. Blige's husband.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yo. Man. And I'm sorry, yo, the cinematography in this, Biggs, I gotta agree with you there, because you see the pinpoint in the beginning where Penguin's like looking out the window, and then also when he gets off the elevator where you see like kind of like him in the middle of like these silhouettes, they look really fucking dope right there. But
the scene where what is it in the where he told him to go look at the sunset, he thought he was gonna get murked.
Yeah, he thought he was gonna get murked.
Dude,
to be honest. He had to convince him otherwise, because he was going to get murked.
He's like, no.
He got to beat the shit out of him with that crowbar. And he's
yeah.
Oh, we're getting canceled. We're getting canceled.
It almost made me feel of the heavyweight boxer from Harlem Nights.
No.
Getting ready to be a rich nigga. Come Saturday night. I am knocking somebody the fuck out.
Oh my God.
We're so canceled.
I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to. And-
If anybody cares, Washington's about to go up 2 scores on Cincinnati. What the hell?
Oh my God. You serious?
Just saying. It's just weird. Just
But all
weird.
in all, like
Alternate universe.
Jorge, look, you even watched this.
That was yes. I actually sat down, watched it, spared 40 minutes of it, and that was good.
Nah, it is good.
Really good.
It's
like Sopranos-ish.
Yeah, see, everybody keeps on giving that derivative.
No, it really is
That's
like
kinda-
that. It really is that vibe. I felt the same way. Like, it really is that vibe,
Like
and it's cool because we need that.
Look,
we need that.
I mean, the only similarity is that Gotham is Jersey. Okay.
Jersey City or Newark? What?
No, Gotham is closer to AC.
No,
you gotta look. Pull it up. Pull it up. I dare you to pull it up. Gotham.
Nah.
Metropolis is Delaware, bro.
Oh, that's right. We're in New Jersey.
Pull it up in the comics. The continuity map for DC Comics.
Oh, wait, the AI said, according to some sources.
Don't look at AI. Look at the comic.
I want to hear what Jorge has to say.
Pull up the comic.
All right, I will tell you. All right, according to some sources, Gotham is located in South Jersey, Bridgeton. Holy shit.
Okay, that's definitely not AC. So what
It's close to AC.
No, it's more Cape May.
It's not even. Yeah, it's close.
Not even. That's a stretch.
Yeah, it's closer to Philly than anything else.
It's
like
Cumberland County, New Jersey. That's where Gotham would be. Damn. Interesting.
I tried to tell you, man.
Because I thought it was Jersey City or Newark.
Nah, bro. Look, take a look at this map. I'm gonna pull this up. Look at this. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
See Metropolis?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that so? Put that in the group chat, and I can look at it like right now as we're going. Put it in the group chat.
Location of Gotham City is South Jersey. The location of Metropolis is Delaware. That shit is wild, bro. People got to understand that, but also, I mean.
So wait. So Metropolis would be Wilmington.
Metropolis, yeah. It
would be Wilmington, right?
No. Wilmington's actually too high. Like Metropolis, Metropolis is like.
Metropolis be Dover.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like my mind works as a roadmap. I traveled all over the goddamn country. So yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Dover.
So I'm gonna put that in the chat for the crew.
Fucking Dover is top.
Just so you motherfuckers can have it. But this particular series, where's Star City? San Francisco.
No, I do know that.
Star City, San Francisco.
I do know that. Yeah. That I do know. And matter of fact, I think they even kind of like off the show, not saying it was like kind of like played out that way, like they were in the north.
And I'm pretty sure that they retconned this because everybody's always identified Gotham as New York and identify Metropolis as Newark.
Yeah.
Because it was across the water. But it's actually Jersey and Delaware. It's not New York and New Jersey.
So it's across the Delaware River.
It's across the Delaware River.
And some change.
Oh, of course. Who knew that who knew that South Jersey could get so grimy?
Right.
We are in Gotham.
And it is grimy.
It is grimy.
It's grimy as fuck. So they're not wrong. Like
they nailed it.
Maybe you know what? Now that you think about it, now Gotham makes a little bit more sense.
Gotham makes a lot of sense. Metropolis being Dover makes no sense.
It doesn't. But Metropolis is always the better city.
Mm-hmm.
So Gotham is grimy as fuck. And nothing gets more grimier than Cumberland County.
Cumberland County, God.
Bridgeton, Salem.
Lord help us.
There's all factories in Bridgeton. It makes sense.
Oh my
shout
God!
Out to my people in Cumberland County. Yo,
shout out to Vineland, Millville, Bridgeton.
But oh my goodness,
that's absolutely horrible. But this particular series and the way that it's going to go, if it's anything of how they're going to set up Batman 2, because there's going to be another Elseworlds, Robert Pattinson, Batman 2. And note, this is for anybody that's asking. The Elseworlds Batmans that Robert Pattinson is doing will be totally separate to what James Gunn's doing when he's doing Brave and the Bold. He's going to basically introduce a brand new Batman, probably
So
like another younger Batman.
that's gonna
Or no,
confuse so
no,
many
actually
people.
no. It's an older Batman because Damian Wayne is going to be his Robin.
Damn, how many Batmans we got?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
And to be honest,
rewind, because I was looking at something. So, wait, who's in what? Wait, which older Batman? Which? What are we talking about?
okay. So I was like, if anybody is asking,
Anybody's
the
asking?
Robert Pattinson Batmans
Yeah,
are
Robert Pattinson
Elseworlds non-continuity Batmans outside of the universe that James
right.
Gunn is building.
Right.
Because he's going to introduce a brand new Batman, older.
That has
because
Damian
Damian
Wayne
Wayne
as
is going to be Robin, which is
Let's look at
going
the
to
Bat family.
which you're introducing the Bat family,
Come
and
on.
you're going to have the Brave and the Bold saga, and they have to introduce a whole new Batman. So people are asking like, why are there so many Batmans? To be honest, one of the most popular characters and most profitable characters in all of cinema, better yet,
Yeah.
comics, and you can do as many Batmans as you can. To be honest, you
Yeah.
could reintroduce Ben Affleck as Batman, and you could have 3 movies going at the same time, and
Billy.
nobody would give a shit.
Yeah, but that ship sailed.
And a Lego Batman movie.
Absolutely, Lego Batman does dollars.
There we go.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
And I forgot what Will Arnett is the voice
Yeah.
of Lego Batman. That he
Yeah.
makes good Batman. He's a good Batman.
Yes,
He
he
should
is.
be
He
the
is.
voice
He really is.
of the animated Batmans from now on.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good at Batman. I love it.
He said, "Hold up, it's a Black Robin." No, Damian Wayne. No.
Oh, my
Oh, you guys remember that? When he was supposed to
Damian
be Robin?
Look, bro.
That is
No,
you
George
know, that is
Clooney.
the thing. Marlon
Duke
Wayans.
Thomas.
Marlon Wayans was going to be Robin.
He was.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
Marlon
Marlon
Wayans
Wayans.
was supposed to be, and I mean, if we want to go get real, Kari Reynolds, basically was the artist for the We Are Robin comic, where Duke Thomas was revealed as the brand new Robin, and ends up being a character in the Batman universe called the Signal. If you haven't read a good street Batman comic like We Are Robin. Fucking excellent. I implore everybody, please. Just like, and look, Everett said, just like Spider-Man, you can do 7 Spider-Man movies. They'll all do great. Spider-Man is one. Look, it's I don't know what order it is. Batman, Spider-Man, and those 2, however they go back to back. 2 most popular characters in comic books right now.
Yeah.
You beat out Superman, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean,
yeah.
Superman's still there. But as far as
Superman is always going to be top 3, but
he's always top 3. But them two,
they flip flop.
Top in DC, top in Marvel.
Yeah, they flip flop. They flip flop. It's basically who's more popular at the time. So, like,
and
you don't get any better than that.
With the extension of live action movies, Spider-Man might have it. But then all of a sudden, anytime that there's a new development of a Batman movie, Batman just jumps right to the forefront.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like when Michael Keaton basically said he was going to put back on the Batman suit. Yeah. And Batman is getting a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. First fictional character in history to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And who's going to put their hands on that?
You get all of them.
Yeah,
get Clooney out there. Get Val out there. Get everybody fucking Keaton out there. Get any Batman that's alive.
Yeah, any one of them.
All of them.
I still to this day still feel like the 89 Batman movie is the cream of a crop of a blockbuster movie. I'm not saying it's the best movie of all time. I'm just saying like your experience of going to a movie.
That shit was phenomenal.
That 89 Batman shit was different, bro. When I tell you, mind you, I'm only 7, but it was just a different feel. It was just like,
bro,
it was an event.
I feel the same way. Because
I
remember,
before that, I never got that excited to go to a movie. Like it was like
Return of the Jedi. That was probably the first one for me. But that was in the drive. But I remember going to see Batman. That line was just different. Long.
Yeah, it was
like we were in line.
It was different. I'm just saying it was different. And if you look back at like the videos and stuff, like the videos from them covering it back in the day, like it was just Yeah, it's just different. It just set
Mhm.
up what blockbusters
And the
are.
McDonald's toys, holy
Oh,
shit.
look, bro.
Sick.
The
Yeah.
one thing that I've come to accept about Batman is that even though we deem like some of those Batmans that came out like later after Val Kilmer, maybe like the George Clooney Batman and Robin as being cheesy, you know how many people like that movie because that was their first Batman movie?
Yeah, yeah. So younger. So even the what was the one before that? Batman Forever.
Mhm.
Like until like I really became an adult, kind of like Batman Forever too.
I
So
kind of like Batman Forever myself.
yeah, so like I did until I realized like, damn, this shit is fucking this almost as silly as Batman and Robin. So but so when
But
you're
to be
younger,
honest, Jim Carrey as the Riddler was phenomenal. Go ahead.
no, we'll never. It was Tommy Lee Jones trying to be the Riddler when he's supposed to be
Tommy Lee
playing.
Jones is Two-Face.
He's supposed to be playing Two-Face, and he's trying to be the Riddler as well. That's what got really silly about it. But outside of that, when you're younger, like Batman and Robin is fun. Like
yeah.
Batman and Robin's fun. So
And to be honest,
a lot of younger
only
people in them.
that's
Yeah.
our only movie with Robin in it. That fucking
Yeah.
Chris O'Connell,
Well, the second
Batman
one,
and Robin.
Batman Forever. Yeah, that's where
Chris O'Connell.
Yeah. So you had Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, which I think that's why I like Batman Forever, because I wanted a Robin from reading all the comics and watching.
And you had a Batgirl, Alicia Silverstone.
We did in Batman and Robin.
Yep.
So yeah, when you're younger and you're watching it, and that's the first thing you of course you're gonna like Batman and Robin. And then when you get more mature, you realize, all right. But we also love the 60s, the 60s, 70s.
I grew up on watching the Adam West, Burt Ward.
Yeah,
I remember that Batman the movie.
That's how I got in. That's how I got into Batman. Bang boom pow.
Yeah.
Bro, the Cesar Romero Joker.
Oh my
You know
god.
what I'm saying? Burt Lancaster Penguin.
Oh my goodness, man.
Earth
the Kid.
Earth the Kid.
The Kid.
Yeah, bro.
And the many cat women that don that suit on that damn show.
It's a whole bunch.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Look, there'll never be another. I don't care what people think about Anne Hathaway. Michelle Pfeiffer did it.
Michelle Pfeiffer is the cream of the crop when it comes.
That was the best costume. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's cream of the crop. Like
her story was awesome.
They still can't top it.
They still can't top that. Like literally her licking fucking Michael Keaton's face.
Oh my goodness.
In the second one, I'm probably 12. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What, you like Halle Berry's rendition of Cowboys?
Yeah.
Stop.
I was 10 when that came out.
You better stop.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That Halle Berry shit. No.
Bro, I try so hard. Like I try to forget that movie. Like I try to forget.
Yeah, the fact that you remember it just
Egyptian cats, right? They got stuck. Was a radioactive Egyptian cat or something?
Oh my god,
it was horrible. It's completely horrible.
Bro, why did they have a basketball scene? Like this is what I'm talking.
Oh, the basketball scene with Benjamin Bratt.
Oh my goodness. All that just to
these are all god awful, by the way.
All that just to have Baron Mordo take his powers away.
Wait, so
Baron Mordo.
E. Bradley's comment.
He made him paralyzed years later.
Yo, to circle on E. Bradley's comment, do you think Wolverine will shun the top three?
To have that many Wolverines, just do all the versions of Wolverine. Don't do a bunch of Wolverines.
Would you ask if Wolverine could be in the top three?
The top three,
yeah. It's saying treated the same. Like if you did multiple Wolverine projects at one time.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
You could
do it now, but it's not. But he's not gonna. So Wolverine's never gonna overtake Superman. Like that top three is already.
Wolverine's not overtaking Spider-Man.
No,
never.
No, not Spider-Man, not Batman, not Superman. Like that top three is set.
We still have yet to see. We still have yet to see like Spider-Man's true fucking powers. Really, Bam?
See, we ain't even going there tonight.
We wasn't even gonna go there tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's fine.
Ellie went on
but
that.
No. Look, there's certain aspects of Spider-Man that have yet to come to be in live action film,
which we're trying to get.
There's even certain aspects of Wolverine that we haven't seen yet, but Spider-Man has a lot.
Yeah,
so much.
Yeah, Wolverine can't crap. Nobody. no other character can crack that top three though. Like
No.
that top three is that's just set. It's just universally known that is set. Those are the top three superheroes. Even though Superman, the thing is, I think Superman's just he's like the first like real superhero.
Yes.
So he's always going to be in that top three, whether his movies and comic, whether they're corny or they're not, or they're really good, he's always going to have at least that third spot.
Mhm.
But he's not
Batman and
relatable.
Superman and Spider-Man are just way too popular.
What-
So then you start a new list, and then
Mhm.
so then you can have like Wolverine and Deadpool and
Yeah.
all
I
these
think
other
that-
all these other characters.
I think the thing that sets Spider-Man and Batman away from the crowd is
I think
that
it's a rogue gallery.
is
to be
that
honest with
exactly they're so big that their villains are just as big.
Yeah,
you. And
Venom.
and you know how big their
Joker.
Yeah. Even those are the obvious, right? But even with that, both DC and Marvel, when they make their movies, they take villains from Batman and Spider-Man,
You can
movies
put 'em
and
anywhere.
TV shows, and they put them all over
Yep.
the universes, right?
You can use their rogue gallery
without,
anywhere. They're done
without
that well.
Spider-Man or Batman involved. The Arrow show, that whole Arrowverse was flooded with Batman villains.
Mhm.
Flooded, right? Fucking Wakanda, Black Panther, Ryan Coogler wanted to use Kraven as a villain, and Sony was like,
I wouldn't have been mad.
chill. That would have
Yeah.
been dope.
That would've been
it
dope.
makes sense, right? Because they're in Africa. Kraven is a hunter. Blah, blah, blah. Black Panther. Like, yeah, that would have been dope. It would have been dope to see the live action. So that's what I'm saying. Like, those, like you said, their rogue galleries of villains are so deep and so rich that not just the characters themselves are incredible, their villains are. So you can't. Nobody can crack that top
Yeah.
three. They just
Yeah.
can't.
And Superman has a real good rogue gallery that people don't understand as
He
well.
does. He does.
Absolutely.
But he's also the first.
He's also the first.
He's the first. So you can't knock off the first, and you can't knock off the other two that are the most popular.
Yep.
So you have to have it like you basically it's them three, and then you start a new list, and then that's why matter of fact we should probably do that one day. Do a top 10 superheroes not named Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man.
Oh, out of those three.
And we should poll everybody, see what they think the top 10 is. Maybe we do a top 10 within our circle and see how it matches up. Because when you knock them three off, then it's a whole different ball game. Then I would love to see where people think
That's true.
where these superheroes, because that's kind of interesting. You just
I think
gotta
we can
take
do
them
that.
out. Yeah,
If the people want it, we can do it.
we can do that. I think
We can
should.
do that. Well, Jorge, I heard we had one question today.
That's
One
comment. That's right.
one in the comments.
All right.
For
Andre, you didn't post a reply. Neither did E. Bradley.
Oh man, see, look, because usually between Andre and Everett, they would have put a comment up there or something. They ain't doing that. Y'all slacking on your Mackin this week. What we got?
Here we go. So we got this one.
That's not a catch.
The question is, did Audrey Plaza's character Rio Vidal reveal her true identity to Agatha, to where CM Fachi said, "Can't she just be Rio Vidal, or the MCU's version of the Emerald Warlock? Why does everyone have to be Mephisto? Because twist is what they do. They're predictable." Correct. So I mean, outside of that, we gave a few revelations as to who Rio could be, and I'm sure and they talked about that basically her reveal. I was watching Eternals and fellas. You know what, Everett? All right, cool. I get it. Look, the first off, Bam called them the externals. That's what made that even funnier, because he ain't even call them the Eternals. He called them the externals. So, but for the most part, we say, you could say Mephisto, you could say Blackheart, because those might be the obvious ones. We say Morgan Le Fay, and that would be a dope comic reveal. It won't be as big as a lot of you people think. And possibly outside of that, she could be Chthon. Could literally be the encasement of Chthon right there, which would bring an elder god into this particular.
That would be crazy.
comic,
It'd be crazy.
and none of you would know what the fuck is up. They were like,
Nope.
they literally, I could see y'all typing, "Who the fuck is Chthon?" I could see that. But between this show and the Penguin, of course, we're going to be talking about this like week to week.
Mhm.
Can't wait to talk about Penguin because I think it's going to get a lot bigger. And I feel like episodes 3 and 4 of Agatha All Along are going to reveal a lot more about the Witch's Road and maybe even more about Joe Locke's character, if that's Billy or not.
Yeah.
Word.
Awesome.
But
Sounds good, man.
thank you guys for being with us today. That's the show. For everybody out there on X, we saw that there was like at least 30 viewers out there watching the show.
Appreciate y'all.
IG, Facebook, everybody out there, tune in every Monday night at 9 p.m. on all the things that you stream on, whether it's Facebook, IG, Twitch, wherever, X, wherever you can find us. You'll see us every Monday, 9 p.m. Myself, Haas, Jorge, the entire crew. Ralphie will be back. Get well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Drink some tea.
Drink your ginseng.
Ginseng. Party nerds go.
Party nerds.